Hey everyone, welcome. It's Tuesday night, and I am LeShock, welcoming here for another episode of TForce RPG. It's a long story, our custom Dungeons and Dragons campaign. You're joining us here for our 24th episode, which averaging about 2 hours, over 2 hours each one. That means that you've now digested 48 hours of Dungeons and Dragons plus with us. I hope you're all happy.
The whole 2
I'm
days.
happy.
And if you're a real fan, maybe go take a shower or eat some food or sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't.
Seriously,
No.
seriously. If you've been doing this straight with nothing else, you may need to seek professional help. But anyways,
Yes.
so here we are again live Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're ready to get this story back onto the road. Does anyone have any sort of announcements they want to make before we get started here?
If you guys love us, please leave us a review on iTunes. Give us 5 stars if you love us. Leave us a nice comment. It makes me happy inside to know that people are listening, and I like hearing your guys' comments and stuff like that. So please.
Yeah, any feedback,
And-
we love it. We welcome it.
Also
And
that.
if you hate us, leave feedback.
But I mean,
It will
if you
come.
dislike us, why? Are we not good enough for you? Or
Are we not going out of our way?
Sometimes
and also,
I feel like
also,
we're really nice guys here, and we
Debatable.
would be really great if you would just give us a chance and listen to us.
Yeah. So, aside to that, for those of you watching
Jesus.
live
What a sappy beginning.
and checking this out on on YouTube, sorry for everyone podcast land, but this is for those who are here. This coming
just so lonely.
Saturday is the a bit of a fundraiser for our PAX attempts with the TForce Network. There's going to be a big brawl between all of the network shows, and Team RPG is going to show up to try and beat the League of Legends podcasts.
now hold on.
Now, by the time
before-
you guys listen to this out in podcast land, RPG already won, and yeah, it was as good
Wow,
as it was.
that's bullshit.
No,
So check it out on
just
YouTube.
They did.
Pump the brakes because raise your hands and we'll sound off. And for those of you in podcast land, who's actually playing for another team? I'm playing for LCS.
Rundown.
Yeah,
I'm playing
Santana's
for
with me.
Forwards.
You're playing
Cheers
for
not
forwards, and I
playing.
imagine
Cheer-
Cheers on the problem.
No, but
I won't be there.
I've got
I'll be at my
Cargan and
nephew's
Venris.
birthday.
I've got Cargan
Okay,
and
so cheers to-
Venris.
Yeah, so LaShawn and Cargan, you're casting that, are you not?
I'm casting and playing. I am doing both.
At the same
Anyways,
So not only do I have
So-
caster bias,
so
I am guaranteed to
moving
win.
moving forward.
Hey, did it again.
Hey,
Just for you, Hasser.
All
Gosh,
right.
So
Brandon.
where?
Nice, more like.
All right, it's time to get real again, because where we left off our group in episode 23,
Oh,
they
right.
had made it in after much tragedy. They had made it into the temple where they found the home of the Nonagon Cathedral, the first holy place of the Divine Nine. After landing there by providence, luck, disaster, however you want to view it, from a botched teleport spell that killed Tristan, and still with Venris and Hiram petrified, they've entered this temple where they found themselves all miraculously healed while within its walls, and hear a god's voice speak in their head that they have reached the place that they're attempting to get to. And in order to find the resurrection magic that they're looking for, they're going to have to pass 9 trials, a trial from each god. And at the end of each trial, one person will need to honor that god. And so as they then sat around and looked at one another, deciding which god's challenge they were going to rise to first, where we enter back into the game here with them in the ruins of the Grand Nonagon Cathedral, buried deep under the sand, which had the first church of Eldred the Blessed built literally over top of it. We come back to our party. As the Trinity Force Adventuring Party, the TFAPs, are going to see if they're up to the gods' challenges.
So, I say we go and take the challenge of Ramil, because what better way to face the rest of the gods that define the truth within ourselves.
Well, it sounds like Remiel should be the one of the easier gods to start with. She shouldn't give us anything too hard for a challenge.
For some, and I glare at Lumalia.
True.
I'm actually going to say, hold on, just give me 5 minutes, and I run out the door, and I start calling Ollie's name because I fucking forgot about Oliver.
Wait, when you turned to
Okay.
stone?
No, I wasn't stoned.
No.
Oh, you weren't stoned. Okay,
Since
I forget.
since he's outside, if she's outside and we can't hear, her, I'm gonna look at like Kargan and just go, cocaine.
He's not wrong.
So you run outside and start shouting, Ollie, Ollie, Ollie.
Oliver,
Oh,
Oliver. Well, I never actually call you Oliver, but Ollie.
Oh, that's what you fucked up.
and,
Yeah, that's my fucking
Yeah.
middle name.
And your turtle is nowhere in sight.
Fuck.
Investigation.
In fact, your last memory of where the turtle, surprised it slipped your mind this long, was that you had left the turtle on the ship before you crawled into the first ruins.
No, he was with us in the ruins. I remember that.
No.
Oh God,
I
no,
don't think so.
that's bad all around.
Well, I'm gonna light a torch outside and just kind of leave it there, and maybe
middle of the day.
Eternal Eyes will spy it. I don't know. I'm so fucked. God damn it. How did I go back downstairs?
So
Fuck.
Lumalia
you
comes
are
back
not
in
a-
and literally looks like she has lost her. Like the look on her face is like one who has lost their reason for living.
I'm broken
That's-
right now.
Lumalia, is something the matter?
I lost my fucking turtle.
We told you that you're a
lost
really bad pet
your
owner.
turtle.
Maybe if you drank less and were more responsible, this wouldn't have happened.
What do you mean
I
you
glared
lost
at him
your
as I'm
turtle?
drinking. I just have the bottle out again.
Well, it was bound to happen eventually.
No, no.
Fuck you, Venrus. Can I kill your fucking cat?
He appears right in front of you.
I throw a dagger at him.
His cat comes back.
Make an attack roll.
Ranged.
How many times is that poor little fuck gonna die?
Well, this will be number
A
3.
One too many.
Oh, I miss. That's
Miss.
a 12.
Yeah, you missed the cat.
I make a swing at it.
And he disappears as soon as he does slip.
Damn it!
Alright. Well, let's fucking get this.
Lumalia, what do you mean you lost your turtle?
I don't. You guys, I don't fucking know. He's not here.
What
So-
was the last place that you've seen your turtle?
I want to just throw something out really quickly here. We're sort of in the presence of gods, and like Lumalia, I feel for you. If I ever lost Braum,
Fuck the gods.
that would hurt
Oh.
really bad.
What?
But I feel like we're a little preoccupied at the moment.
As Lumali says that, I look up to the sky to see if there's lightning about the striker.
Well, you look up and you see like cavern ceiling. I'm sorry, you're in the temple, so you look up and you just see sandstone.
I'm waiting.
If these fucking gods
Sandstorm.
manage to get sealed in this little room by other people,
Yeah.
I'm not so worried about
They're
them.
not. They're not. God, you know what the church is.
That is a misconception of what's going on here.
Lumalia, Tabitha says, like putting a hand upon your shoulder. I don't believe they were sealed in here. I just believe that this was their temple that was built over and where they have chosen.
Whatever. They were in a door that was chained. It's all the same.
All right, but
While Lumalia is sulking, can I try to cast locate object on the turtle? That work?
Oh.
I don't know if locate object works. I don't know if locate object works on a creature.
Would it work if the turtle was dead?
well,
Then it
Lumalia
wouldn't
is
no,
like
because
treated
a
like
locate
an object,
creature is
so-
a specific other spell.
God damn.
How about the arcane mark?
And it would have to be, anyways. It would be within 1,000 feet of you. So.
Yeah, I mean, could be. Maybe Ollie's just been scoping you
Now,
out from
what you could
1,000 feet
do
away.
is attempt to cast locate object on the collar that Lumalia had gotten for Oliver.
This is true.
Ah,
It's pink and it has rhinestones.
okay.
God damn it.
I say leave the turtle behind.
Well,
Well,
it's
I love
fine.
how
I
we're
can look
talking
for it
about a
quick.
turtle right now. I
Oh.
love it.
Count
So
it. Count it amongst our
you
losses.
are not able to sense that object within 1,000 feet of you.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
it's not
We-
very close by if Ali is around here.
Can we get down? Can we get down to business?
to defeat the Hun.
No Huns.
Fair,
But
fine.
I don't care which challenge we take first. Nathaniel says, I see this through. And he kind of like closes his Angelica, I'm coming.
Oh god.
Well, Trisan, why don't we take Malay
Malay.
first?
I think taking Malay would be a good choice. This is her
Would you-
domain.
Yes.
This is her domain, and after all, we are in the desert, and if the first thing that we're seeking to go for is redemption and forgiveness, don't you think?
yeah,
would
let's do
would
it.
you be a representative for this god?
I'd say it's our best bet is to go in and see what the challenge is first, and then we'll see what the goddess demands of us.
Okay, sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
team.
All right. So before you is the door. Who's going to open it?
I'll open it.
So you open the door, and it walks into a chamber that shines with a light, pale blue light. And immediately it's roughly about a 20-foot radius room, circular. In the center of it is a statue of a woman, appearing very similar to that of a half-elf, kneeling down, holding what looks like wounded or dying body and giving it water. And at the base of the statue says, Malay, the first to forgive. And
Well,
you hear a soft, feminine, soothing voice kind of fill into the room as the 9 of you and Wolf enter. And says, welcome, petitioners. I am the one that you know as Malay. You seek first to rise to my challenge for finding the path to resurrect your friend. As you know, after the time of the reckoning when we judged you all, I took pity upon those who had committed the wrong and sought forgiveness and willingness to prove themselves in the desert. And I gifted them with the tools that they needed to survive. When you step in the gaze that I hold, all are worthy and capable of redemption, and all are worthy and capable of forgiveness. Bear this in mind as you proceed forward. And the voice stops, and the room kind of just all goes to black.
Can we
And
see each other?
You can see each other. And then you find yourselves in the looking around, and you're in a familiar setting. You are within the Come On Inn back in Kyoto. And around you, you see there's tables knocked over, barricaded at the doors. There's
Yep.
4 armed men
Yep.
at the windows with crossbows. A huddle of scared-looking women, children, and older folks. And you see a familiar man in well-dressed clothes and talking to a familiar woman as you see Lord Edric Bloodbane and his wife, the widow Bloodbane, talking.
I turned to everybody else. We've seen this guy before, right?
Yes, you and
we got it.
Lamalia. Yes.
You
His
met him
shoulders
personally.
do look very familiar.
We also gutted a couple of them.
Well, since this is the whole forgiveness thing, perhaps gutting him would not be the correct thing to do.
Maybe I'm forgiving myself for not killing that bitch of a wife.
No,
as well.
no.
I feel like
No.
we're off to a bad start.
And you watch him, like, sit there and it's like, and he's to Grandma's shoulder. She's crying. Tears are streaming down her face. And he's just like, be strong, dear. We'll make this yet. Nobody knows the prince is with us. We have the crown. We just need to get to those our ally that will help us. I know that it seems that we're having to act with a lot of force right now, and more than we're accustomed to. But we must do what we must. In Gregor's name, be strong, okay? And she kind of just like nods to Sam, and they hug. And at that point, you hear one of the archers over there say, "Oh, who goes there?" As you begin to hear the familiar sounds of your own voices talking with the guard. A familiar scene begins to play out in your in front of you as the events of Kerto transpire right in front of you.
Can I see we're here, but we're also there? The us currently here?
You see yourselves.
Right. But are we having any effect on the environment around us? Can people react to us at all?
No one has seemed to notice you, and you haven't attempted to do anything yet.
Okay, I want to walk up towards Edric Bloodbane here. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say anything unless someone asks me anything.
No one has said anything to you.
Okay, I want to take a defensive position then around Edric Bloodbane.
The events play out where you see you guys meeting him for the first time. The group of you standing outside talking to him. Him going inside and you going off and exploring the rest of the town. When he's talking more to his wife, and he goes, "We may be in luck. Some adventurers, apparently friends of Magnus, are in. Maybe if they can help get him free from the guards, we can talk this through, and we can use his supplies, and we can get everything going, so we can continue everything we need to get Turnog back." And he ruffles the small kid's hair, who just looks terrified. And she goes, I hope. Time passes, and you see yourselves. Then there's fire lit outside. Bloodbane is talking, and the group of you are standing out there. And he sees the fire, and he goes, "Yes, this will be the moment. This is it. This is the momentum. We can."
Before anything else happens, I just want to talk to the rest of our. Is anyone else on my side here?
Yeah, we should try to stop this.
The one on not trying to kill Bloodbane again.
Can I try to touch Mr. Bloodbane?
Yes.
See if there's any interaction?
You can try anything you want.
Okay, I'm trying.
You reach for, and your hands just go right through him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we have to play this out, sadly.
I'll still do I'm still going to try.
I plant my sword and I lean against the wall and I just kind of smile to myself, giggling.
Fuck you.
You watch.
Do I fall through the wall?
No. You watch the
cool.
crowd begin to approach, and then you see yourselves in the middle, and Lumalia and Chira spring forward simultaneously.
I want to try to defend him.
You attempt to plant yourself in the way, but they just go straight through you as if you were made of air. And then in the moment, suddenly everything freezes as you see Lumalia's kukri jabbed into the side of his head and Chira's sword just splitting down into his forehead.
Chira, we could have orchestrated that a little bit cleaner. You probably could have taken his head off and I could have gutted him from the neck down.
And you hear a voice. What was your reasoning for killing this man?
Yeah, Lumalia.
Kira.
I've already explained this more times than I can count.
And I have sided with Chiro more times than not on this.
The
Rather-
reason for killing this individual was that we got into this town and we didn't know who our prospective enemies, allies were, or whatever. And this person seemed like he was trying to manipulate the crowd for his own means and was trying to get us involved on his side without ever really asking whether or not we would even be a part of it. And rather than get swept up in that whole situation, we just kind of kept the situation from ever occurring.
I see. You hear the voice speak with a slight ring of disappointment. Very well. The scene fades. You
Yay.
see yourselves on the.
Did we fail?
Did we pass?
I think
No.
we failed.
I never pretended to be a role model.
I think that's like a C.
That's a C.
You know what? If the truth is a C, then fuck it. I don't even care.
If the truth is a C, then fuck it.
Truth is notion.
We should
If
not
the
have
truth is a
And
sea,
we're
I'm just a
drowning.
drop
Alright,
in the rain.
You see before you now a group of men singing,
Oh, jeez.
dancing. There's a fiddle. A man dances with a turtle.
This one I feel a little bit better about.
What do we have to explain about this one?
And you watch yourselves approach. You watch. You meticulously and quickly and aggressively slaughter all of the pirates. And then you see yourselves going up on top and confronting a drunken Tig. You see yourselves mocking him, taunting him, and then letting him go as he runs off. And as he disappears from sight, the scene freezes. And you hear, "Why did you choose to spare this man?"
Stupidity.
He was harmless.
You played.
He wasn't. I
He
don't
posed
think.
no threat.
Yeah,
Right.
in the moment, he wasn't going to harm us at all, and we had no idea he'd become what he
And
did.
yet we let loose ends walk.
I'm fine with it.
I'm not.
I mean, have those loose ends really detrimentally affected us that
Well,
much, other than
do you remember-
Sarah
Not
knocking
us,
himself
not us,
almost
but
dead?
The
Yeah,
world
do you
at
remember the
large.
fire elementals outside my home?
Yeah, they just fucked up your garden a little bit.
Yeah,
My
we
garden
killed him.
takes forever to
Well-
tend to.
You tell Kerstas I'm on to her.
No, I mean, I think that one I don't feel too bad about. Like, yes, it is unfortunate that he went on to go and become like an actual bad pirate, but at the time, we had achieved our mission. We were successful in stopping the bandits, which had been hired to start ransacking the merchants. And this, the mission was accomplished. We had beaten the pirates. We didn't have to beat him too. And it's what if we had taken a left instead of a right? It's just what happened.
He also didn't do anything aggressive towards us.
He helped. He helped
Yeah,
us.
he did. He helped.
I see.
I don't know if you guys were not watching that whole scene, but I believe we were the ones to draw blood first.
And yes, and the pirates
no.
that we were there to slay.
Yes.
Yeah, and they fought the people who were in the caravan.
Actually, Hiram was the first to draw blood.
And I did it like a badass, and I'm
He
not
did.
letting that go
He
down
did.
as
No,
a wrong.
no.
I got
that was
shot
cool.
with a dart and then stabbed the dude to death with it.
yeah.
No, they were hired. They were hired
And
to
yeah, and he
disrupt
fell onto
the
his
flow of
own
business.
sword, and that's what killed him.
You hear the voice say, "Very well," and this scene fades to black
Was-
as well.
Is she as
take-
disappointed this time?
yeah,
No,
okay,
Mom
how,
didn't sound
like,
like- disappointed this
the
time.
voice sounded more matter of fact.
Okay,
You see,
I can dig that.
You see the scene of you then see the Ternog Mercenaries Guild Hall. You see
The
a
inventor.
young man with red hair working tirelessly around the clock as maintaining the files. You see people treating him like crap, laughing and abusing him, referring to him as, a sellout or a traitor. And he just bears it all with kind of a half smile. You see him getting his pay, leaving, going, buying food and other things and bringing it to Aurelius.
Orphans.
And no, bringing it to Lumalia's parents. You see him paying for the general expenses of the Thura family. You then see him finding jobs for you guys, helping you out, going to the lighthouse. You also then see Lumalia shoving him up against the side of a building and putting a dagger to his throat. And in this pauseless moment, you see the ways that you all mocked him, belittled him, insulted him along the way. Yes. The first time you said anything nice about him was after he gave you money.
Yeah, it's true.
When did he give us money?
When after completing the
slipped
lighthouse
like
job.
No.
He gave up his share to you guys after the
That
lighthouse job.
that is not the first
I put
time
it back in his hood.
And to be fair, he nearly killed Kargan.
Yeah, the only person being a dick to him during the whole lighthouse thing was Lumalia.
And
the rest of us,
and Hiram.
yeah, the rest of us were all pretty cool about it. Like, hey, no, this guy's actually pretty cool.
Anyways, so
fuck you, Lashak. Don't give me that shit.
This is real. This has been 2 days of our lives.
You see him, shoved up against the wall with a dagger in his throat, and you hear, why is this man treated this way?
Yeah, Lumalia.
I'm trying to actually remember what I said to him now.
You accused him of setting you guys up for the
That's
pirates.
right. I thought he was setting us up because he sold us fucking out. He sold out the rest of us. But he didn't. And I let him go. And Ryan and I are on better terms.
Yeah.
I
And
also sneaked his money back to him.
Oh,
Go ahead.
For
my part in this, we should have treated Ryan better. He helped us way more than anybody else in Tirnog could have. And I do regret a little bit not trying to go back for him after we kind of ransacked Tirnog.
Yeah, he was arguably more helpful than Venrus.
No, he was.
No, more than Lumalia, though.
Not quite.
Lumalia, you tried to kill a king and got us banished from Tirnog. Yes, he was better than you.
I was just progressing us along as a
I think our most progress actually happened in the very brief time you were away.
You then hear the voice say, "Very well."
And it
very
does
well, very well, very well.
It's kind of coming off as a little condescending.
It kind of fades to black, and now you see the scene is focused on Venrus.
God damn it! I know where this is going.
Is this the will thing?
You see him using Bank as a footrest. You see him literally having Bank carry him. You see,
Oh my gosh.
tirelessly and thanklessly working him, and then you see suddenly Venrus treating Bank to a spa. You see Venrus making him stop carry all of his stuff and just make him transcribe things.
Then you see Venrus paying Hiram to kill Bank.
Then you see, yes, you see Venrus paying Hiram to kill him.
What a roll.
His arm cut off, and you hear the voice say,
The fuck?
Yeah. This man did nothing but serve you all very well, and some of you treated him better than others. But one of you treated him in the most inconsistent of manners. Why is this?
Me and Bank have a very complicated relationship, let's say. I first thought of him as a slave, my handbag to do whatever I want. Then my party saw that they let me see the errors of my ways, and I saw him more as a human. Then I saw him as a betrayer of my friendship, so I had him killed. but that didn't work
What?
out.
Oh.
Okay. So very well. The scene fades, and now you see yourself standing on outside of that pirate cave once more. A small lad of the age of probably 13 or 14 is standing there talking to you as a messenger, and he suddenly gets an arrow in the neck from out of nowhere as you see the hawks on the horizon. The scene kind of stops and zooms as Hiram is cheering at this young lad catching an arrow in the neck.
Happy about that.
God.
What?
I do recall at that moment Hiram going, "Now that's what I'm talking about."
Oh, God.
As
This is, mind you,
shoot
this
him?
is before he found Remy out.
It was.
and the scene pauses, and as the child that this young lad is falling down, bleeding to death, and hear, "Why do you cheer at this youth's death, and why does no one even attempt to staunch the bleeding and save him?"
You killed a
Bullshit!
fucking
I
child?
tried to save
I-
him.
Not true.
Don't
put
give
my
me that
hand
shit,
in my-
Luke. I tried to save him. This is
I was
bullshit.
having a fucking mental breakdown. I put my hand in my pocket and lightly grip my traveler's any tool, which is removed from that corpse. But at the time, we were in a very precarious position of knowing that this person represented a group of people who were actively working against our needs at the moment. And while we didn't have any ability, we didn't make any effort on our own to end his life, and we did try at least a little bit to help him.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess he didn't have to die.
So it is, and then you see how they are trying to save him, and why
And
did you?
then
And
Venrith decomposing him.
Venrus decomposing him. As
No
the
regrets
scene,
there.
and then the scene,
We're the worst.
the scene fades out.
Venrus, do you still have that skeleton?
Yes, I do.
He says that with the skull on his hand, like a hand puppet. Yes, I do, Malia.
You see,
Oh my god.
you see kind of a montage, for lack of better words, of things that Venrus has done. Punching Will. All of these other things that have led to trouble and disaster, and you see you guys standing over him, tied up on Lumalia's couch before the fire elementals arrived. And all of these times, and you see that Venrus is still with you. And you hear the
Oh, here
voice
we
and
go.
say, "And why have you continued to forgive him?"
He is only a boy. He's had a troubled childhood growing up. He seeks answers, and his ways of going about things are not right. But it would not be right to abandon him so that his dark thoughts would consume him.
Because they won't let me fucking murder him.
Lumalia, shut that
Because
one
we
I'm not
know
so
his
sure about.
story. Malay, I think I understand what you're trying to tell us. A lot of the actions that we have done over these past couple of months, while they've obviously a few have been in poor wisdom and in poor taste.
At the moment you say that, you get flash, real quick images of all of these people, all of the mercenaries and the pirates and all of these opportunities where it's just made evident to you that people could have been taken alive, that people could have been sent to jail, people could have been given chances for redemption. But in all of this blood that is covering your hands and your weapons, and then it pauses for a moment as it shows you going through the lighthouse and taking every Swahagan you come across alive and sparing them.
I love how he showed mercy to a bunch of monsters and just said "fuck people."
Well,
and
specifically,
we were
one
pretty-
of the monsters did ask us to do that. We're very
That's true.
I'd say if anybody, we're more like instruments of other.
All we've done
people's
is what we're
wills.
told, I guess.
Yeah.
When it comes to combat, I must follow that of Garako. So, I feel no qualms killing someone on the battlefield.
And it then shows Lumalia stabbing now you know, essentially suffocating man that had clutched onto Oliver in his dying moments.
All right, none of us were okay with that.
Yeah, we were all pretty
At all.
pissed about that.
You know
Gargan
what,
and I
though?
had figured it out just as Lumalia stabbed that guy.
You know what, though? I get it. I get it. Like, we didn't know. All we know is that this is a long, painful death. Lamalia didn't want that to happen. Is it the choice I would have made? No.
She
But it wasn't
also
my.
said
Are you
directly after killing the guy, "No one fucks with my turtle."
I wasn't
No
in
one
And
the,
does
quote.
fuck with my turtle.
Hey,
I
where's
wasn't
your
in the
turtle?
room for that. I'm
Hagen, don't
going to
make
take the
me stab you.
romanticized.
So,
I'm going to take the romanticized version of that.
very well. These are just these are shown to be moments where you have had opportunities and have or have not taken them, and there are many more that could not be shown. But there are some moments yet to be that will test you and to see what truly you are capable of. And at
I'm
and her
moist-
her voice trails off, and you see a scene of Venrus in a tent talking to his father. And you hear this conversation going as Venrus is talking with Roy about his plan and seemingly potentially involving usurping the gods, and Venrus asking what basically trying to get in on the information. And you really hear Roy say, tell him anything you can do to stall these peace talks. You don't have to betray you don't have to hurt your friend, but if you could steer it in this direction, and you see Venrus agreeing to.
You son of a bitch.
You see
Kargan knows,
Bank.
sort of.
You see Bank, then body basically torn asunder, and this outline of this elemental creature of air, invisible to the eye, and you didn't see it following you guys and Venrus ever since.
Venrus?
What did you do?
Nathaniel
Oh.
turns and like, what?
Kargan, defend me right now. And I hide
There's gotta
behind.
be some pretty fucking good defense.
So we got the conversation in full on what he was saying with Roy, right?
All of it.
Okay.
Yes, and I guess to be fair, he hasn't done anything
Yet.
I haven't
That
done
would-
anything.
hinder us or change anything since that
Yes.
conversation.
That we know of.
It's
So
been
that's-
kind of hard to tell you guys about Bank because he's been right by me the entire time.
That's what you
Is
meant
he
by you.
is he here right now?
Give me a
I don't
perception
know.
check.
Ooh,
God damn it.
I will perception the hell out of
I'll look
that.
for Bank.
There's no point in us doing a perception.
That's a real bad perception check.
That's a
I-
17.
I got a
16 cut it.
Looking around, you see no sign of him. You're even like trying to look for the stirring of air now that you know what you're looking for, and you don't see anything.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't know where I am ever since the teleportation.
That whole thing makes
But-
me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Your dad's really creepy.
I informed Kargan. I should have informed the rest of you guys. I just didn't have the time
It's
to.
that's a
Like
very
the whole
complicated
3
family that
days
you're a
that
part
we were
of.
on the sand skiff.
My
Yeah.
family has issues.
Well,
No kidding.
you haven't done it, at least from what we can tell, you haven't had the opportunity to ruin anything yet. I mean, it
Unless
is going
there's
to be.
something you want to come forward about right now.
Right.
Which you should.
I'm
If there's
open to
anything.
telling you guys. I got nothing unless you guys have other things.
I can think of many opportunities that he could have steered things in very dangerous directions.
Animate dead.
Who's
On the
saying that?
girlfriend.
Tabitha walks over and basically puts a hand on your shoulder and says, while you may be odd and your methods questionable, I don't think that you're a traitor.
Oh, so we're so quick to forgive this guy and we just kill everybody else. We're
I think
changing
that's-
now.
That was the whole point of this whole series of events. Is
Ugh.
we forgive Venrus because we know his story. Everybody else, we just knew maybe one or two things pirates bad must get rid of, or
Yeah.
something of the like.
As far as I can tell, conspiring against his father, who he's already had like major points of contention with, isn't something necessarily needing of forgiveness. If he does something poor, we can deal with it then. But as of right now, I mean, he could be manipulating him just as much as well as he could be manipulating us. So I'll keep a weathered eye, but not an accusatory tone.
So, I know before Pathfinder, I had so thought on Hiram. Is there any way I can dispel that, or no?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I don't-
I'll do both of them.
Really quick. What was I supposed to be like manually thinking?
One was like, hey, maybe you should consider signing my
the
contract.
Oh, well, I never did.
No, you didn't. And the other one was maybe you shouldn't follow your god Ramil.
I also did not pay attention. Like I,
But it was
I
still
have
in the
the
back of
option,
your head
right?
the whole time, lingering, and now it's gone.
So
Okay,
Almost magically.
but I guess like I don't think Hiram knows enough about magic to know that you did that. Nor like I guess in this moment, in like the realization of like, oh my god, we're working with a god. It's more or less like, oh, reveal is obviously the right answer the whole time. So
there you go.
unnoticed that you've done that.
It is good that you have learned to forgive each other. But it is also just as important to know how to forgive oneself. The scene fades, and before you see Lumalia.
Yes.
No.
Give us something.
In a
I'll get the popcorn.
in a wooded area, and approaching this dark hooded figure whose face you cannot see. Lumalia starts mouthing words, but you can't hear what they are.
Can I actually do a quick perception check to see if I know what
I can
words
read
these
lips,
are?
by the way.
You can attempt to, certainly.
How
coming
does
at-
favored terrain? How does favored terrain work?
You're not actually
this-
in the terrain.
It's a projection of the terrain.
So
So can I read the lips or no?
you attempt
I'm gonna
but
roll a
you're
perception
not
check.
able to, like. It's kind of like hazy. In fact, the whole thing is almost viewed like it's like an acid wash. Like everything is kind of like wavy. And Lumalia, your head kind of hurts.
It's a 7.
As this looks familiar, but not everything about it is 100% coming into your mind.
It's also not English I'm speaking. Or
Yes.
common, I guess.
He's also
Whatever.
not speaking common.
That's not common, bud.
You see
Interesting.
this thing turn and look back up at him, and its face is completely obscured. It's a humanoid body and a dark cloak, but you cannot see it. And you see Lumalia then jump and pull the sword of Raxon Hawk and begin attempting to fight this thing.
Air quotes, attempting.
Can we hold on? Can we hear?
No,
Nope.
there's no sound.
No.
There's
Oh,
no.
okay.
And you see Lumalia basically get like lit on fire. You see slashes across her face. You see her tossed down to the ground, attempting to raise her sword. This thing steps on her wrist, and like leans over and puts a kind of a dark reddish clawed hand on the side of his face and like draws a scar that matches the one that's on Lumalia's face down the cheek. And you see lean over and whisper something, like looks like it's whispering into Lumalia's ear, and you see her eyes go wide and then kind of roll into the back of her head. And you then see that this thing like starts to basically its hand then seeks into her head, like going through the flesh, and her body starts convulsing. It's at this moment that Oliver the turtle actually kind of crawls up over there, and some remaining flash of that sigil of holiness on his shell flashes off, and the thing jumps back, and it looks and glares as the turtle's shell glow, like, and then you see the pattern of its shell change. The creature then looks like it's laughing, and then just walks away and leaving Lumalia battered, broken, and bleeding on the ground.
Did that turtle just solar beam the thing?
Venusaur learned Solar Beam.
Lumalia, there's a lot about this is hazy. The only thing that you truly remember is that for some reason you thought going to that thing was to help you reclaim your father's mind. And
Yeah, that
the,
didn't go so well.
and at the end of it, the only thing that you know that remember is that it stole part of your memories. And you
What?
don't know what's missing, and all that you really know is that you failed.
What is that thing?
That.
And when was this?
Remember when I ran off?
Right, yes.
That was then. And that's a demon. Specifically, the one that
That
partially
cursed your
I
father?
almost got my father killed by.
Okay.
Which is why he's like he is.
Well, that looks like it went very well for you.
It suddenly flashes back to another memory if you see a younger Lumalia and her father out on a expedition, and they come across this same figure.
Really? We need to do this now?
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Complexity.
a
How
young-
many times
a-
can you run into the same demon out in the middle of the woods?
a young
You never seen
a young
that.
eager-looking Lumalia is like, I can do this, father, and runs up and charges the thing, and Aurelius like dives in at the last moment and ends up getting hit, and you see it battering Lumalia aside and sinking its hand into his head as he convulses, and then the thing leaves, and you see him in his confused state as he is now.
Twice, in fact. Twice it happens. The second time, the tree told me where it was.
So
Don't
why
know.
aren't you like your father then?
Be-
Oliver.
that.
Okay, true.
And frankly, we don't know much about these things. They're not of this plane, for one. Two, they're not particularly common. They're pretty rare as far as I know.
Wait, so why are we seeing this in the first place?
I think Lumalia has to forgive herself.
Oh, yes, that's right.
For
How-
I
daddy.
got so
fucking
sidetracked
sappy.
by all the cinematics.
Yeah. They wasted all the budget on the earlier scenes. This one was kind of terrible. No sound, and it was kind of blurry.
I walk up to
Ouch.
Lumalia and I
Pretty
go
cool
to
story,
give her.
though.
I go to give her a hug. I pull her close and I say, "We'll get your daddy's mind back."
You know, why didn't you just tell us about this? We could have helped.
You can't help this.
How do you know that?
You just ran off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything,
You know how
history's told
badass
us.
I am. That guy has fire. I have fire. My fire is
Listen,
probably better than his
Nearly
fire.
kill yourself
My fire-
twice.
My fire is probably better than his fire. I'm saying that right now.
I'd probably be more worried about you hitting yourself in the face again than.
Hey, listen. The only reason I hit myself in the face is because you dived in front of me that one time. So,
Or you
thank
slipped.
you for not killing you.
Oh,
Why is it-
thank you.
Why
You're
is
welcome.
it taking people's memories though?
I don't know. Maybe it
Because-
was like part of an incomplete process. So
Who knows?
that was like phase 1. In
Is he
phase
trying
2
to like
was,
become
losing
like
your
the
mind.
best Guess Who player of all time or good at memory match?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Another side quest has been added.
Oh
Lumalia.
God.
Then
You know.
you
All right. Continue.
these are the struggles that one must face, the consequences of their actions, the rationale of their thinking. As the scene fades, of you all kind of like more or less yelling at one another.
I think we were getting along actually.
No.
I don't think we were
We're
yelling. I think
bonding.
Bonding.
I've
I'm
more or
sorry.
less.
We were
Yeah.
angry that we couldn't help.
Angry. Okay.
Well, you were
That's
angry.
fair. That's absolutely fair.
I hugged her.
I stepped out of his hug. I want nothing to do with it.
So
I
then
will
the,
roll for the hug.
The scene then turns into a moment of You see, again, Kerto, the Demai household. And you see Nathaniel sitting there talking with Angelica, who then, like, goes off to bed. And he's sitting there, just reading a book, having a drink. You watch, suddenly, a few figures descend upon him. Something going over his mouth, him passing out, them dragging his body into bed, and then you see them dragging his body into the bed where you see a dead, bleeding Angelica.
Damn.
And,
Shit, I picked the wrong time not to pay attention.
And
Could we not tell anything about the people who did this
no,
from this vision?
it's like they're hazy. It's like you're unable to truly see them. It's as if it's being drawn from. It's as if all these sequences are being drawn from someone's memory.
Got it. So what we know, they know.
Mm-hmm. And you see Nathaniel
Like
wake.
someone in this room?
Well, it would be Nathaniel.
Right.
Nathaniel's
I'd like to
next you.
think. I'd like to think that all of these memories are like Vincent van Gogh paintings.
That's actually a great way to put it. Thank you.
It's like everything is like the Starry Night style sort of thing.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I got it.
Cool.
And you see him kind of just like lower his head in shame, and just kind of turn away and be quiet. And then the next thing that you see is an image of Chira sitting in a jail cell.
God damn it.
And outside
I
of
know.
it, you see Tristan talking with Chira Kargan. You recognize this man as her father. The rest of you see a older, important-looking half-elf. And they are, talking. And she then turns to Chira and goes, "You don't have to watch this."
Watch it. I watch it.
I
You have to, or you shouldn't.
I'm staring very intently.
It's just like, and he goes, "I don't know what more you wanted from me, Tristan. You told me that this thing was getting too fast and too serious with this young lad, and to come up with this story about you needing to be married off to someone. How was I to know that he would react with such anger and aggression? And what choice do I have that he did it so publicly?"
I'm cringing.
So hard.
all right.
And she's like, "I know." It's just like, "We have no choice but to exile him in tomorrow. You need to make. I apologize for my part in this. He is a good lad and is showing much promise, and his brother as well. I would think what this will do to Kargan. But I think it'd be best if you yourself. I can't exile you for not revealing more of this, but I think it is best that you go your own way."
How do I remember this so wrong?
You were in jail. You didn't see it.
All right.
And then it shows her coming to you in your jail cell, and you now notice the amount of guilt on her face in a different light. And you see that night of and it kind of fades to black as you're recalling that night of passion, and she leaves and slips the key to Kargan, who breaks you out that night.
Yeah.
For once, up until this point, I had thought that I would have made the same decision over and over and over and over again without any doubt in my mind on how my decisions would impact my future, and that I was adamant that I made the right choice. And I look at her dead in the eyes. I don't know if I feel that way. In fact, I don't feel that way anymore.
She lowers her. She just completely drops her head in shame, and you think you hear the slight, like, the faintest hint of like a small sob appear. I understand.
But you could apologize, Tristan.
Yeah, that's a
I
thing
don't
that
really
can
want to hear
happen.
any apologies right now. Can
Well, I
we,
mean, but I'm thinking the god of, you know...
Malay, can we move on to the next, the next one now?
I elbow Chiro on the side as I'm saying that.
Chira, for better or for worse, you wouldn't be where you are today without these events transpiring the way they did. So maybe you can't find it in your heart to forgive her right now, but at least forgive yourself and the decisions that you made.
It would
Because
have just been a big no-name out here in the wastes.
Oh no, I'd figure stuff out eventually. I'm not worried about
eventually? Right.
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what detail did I miss
good
to make this super awkward? I feel like I missed a detail during
Oh.
the whole conversation.
the fact that
Don't do
hold
it
on.
again. Don't do this to me, Cargan. I don't need it right now.
Niall,
Hold
can
on.
we hit the
Was that like a
rewind
real
on this?
Kargan, like, is that a Kargan troll, or was that like a Kargan, like, I
That was-
wasn't paying attention?
That was genuine because like I was hearing the conversation, but apparently like the words didn't click into my head.
Okay, so Tristan made up the story
She
about
set me
her
up!
father about wanting to marry someone else, so she didn't have to marry Chira. So it was basically like the biggest, I don't know, friend zone, like, cringy move that resulted you and Chira getting exiled.
But he still
From your
got laid.
people.
Doesn't matter. Had
That's the thing
sex.
that blows,
Doesn't matter.
blows my mind. No,
That's not the whole point, though.
but it is. I mean, if she
But he
was
got
that
laid
friend zone,
either
if she would
way.
have just like, yo, I don't want to touch that, and just let him go. But
Yeah,
no,
but
she made him into this now. That
Okay.
At the end of the day, yeah, she's the reason you're exiled. Partially.
That's not.
to suck.
I mean, beyond your
I
own,
just-
bad.
beyond your own lunging and punching and beating up the
Yeah.
guy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you guys made the decisions that you did, and like, just like this is a story of our fucking lives right now. Like, hey, bad information that we made decisions on, and here we are today.
Yeah,
You
We
know,
can
giving
only
yourself-
act. We can only act on the information that we have.
Yeah, and we live with
We
that
can-
every single day. This is just one more thing,
I'm-
Shira.
Fine
we
with
can
that.
always try harder to
All
get
right.
more information.
Then
But
that's
now
fine.
that everything has changed, I'm a little broken inside.
Well, leave the bitch in the desert.
This
Let's
is-
move on.
This,
What are
this
you
has-
not
this
just
has
crying
been,
over her dead body?
Yes! I don't know if I'd feel that way anymore if I'd known what had happened.
Really?
It's pretty bad!
All right.
Niall, are we done with
She
story time?
She then Tristan kind of reaches.
I would have been better off without that.
She
Sure,
Oh,
shut the fuck
come
up.
on.
she like without like reaches into her pocket and reaches over to hand you something, Shira. I'm not sure if you're gonna take it.
It's
I
her
wanna-
garter belt.
I want to see. I'd like to see what it is. I'm a little too in shock right now to even really pay any attention to what's going on.
Oh, you know, it's that first gift that you got her. I,
She's like, listen, this really isn't my thing. I mean,
I just wanted
It's the
you.
wrong color.
I know that this is all painful. I just wanted you to know that I've always kept it.
Oh.
listen.
Oh, let me twist that knife a few more times. No.
Yeah, thank you, you piece of fucking shit. Fuck this game.
All right.
Time to change that Facebook status to "It's complicated."
Oh, things were so much more simple before right now.
Life.
Story of
This is
our
only
life
the
is-
first challenge.
Life is always complicated, and
Yeah.
now that you have,
It's a long story.
it's a long
Boom!
story.
Roll credits.
Roll credits. Now that you have seen much of your past and your present, and some more things have been revealed, do you still wish to continue?
Well, I
Fuck
don't
yeah.
fucking think we have any choice, so let's get this
Absolutely.
motherfucker done.
If it means we're done with story time from Mael the Softy God, yes.
Malay, please get her name right.
Mael
This is her
Malay.
goddamn desert.
She's
I
all
didn't
for
travel
something.
all the way here just to be petrified and accomplish nothing.
I just want to
Well-
say, throughout all of these horrible reliving of experiences, Cargan and I are the only ones that didn't get mentioned for doing bad things. As I hold up my hand for a high five from Cargan.
Yeah, and I high five him back.
No, Tabitha's pretty clear in all this.
Yeah,
I mean, Nathaniel didn't do anything wrong either. He just had a horrible, horrible memory.
I'm just saying, out of the 6 of us.
Yeah.
So the scene then fades, and you then find yourselves into a room, and before you see a collection of stretchers. You see people wounded, sick, dying, bleeding, and as you look onto the stretchers, you see the Thura family. You see Aurelius. You see, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on your mom's name.
Carol.
Shit, I am too.
That's okay.
I
It's
think
in the
it's
notes.
Carol.
It's in the notes.
It's Carol.
Helena.
Quick, stall for time.
Helena, that's
Helena.
right.
You see Helena Thura. You see your cousin Ryan, all sitting on there bleeding. You see the entire crew of Trison's ship. You see Magnus. You see Bank in a human form. You see Tig.
Magnus.
You see Edric Bloodbane. You see the Widow Bloodbane. You see Eremos. You see Deacon. You see essentially it goes on. And every person that you know and have met, you see all here laying and dying.
This is going to get us to a league level 10. Just right through that fourth wall.
And you then hear the voice that says, I trust you will know what to do. And there's where we're going to go
What?
ahead and
No!
clip the first part of this
No.
session.
No,
And,
Lashak, no!
I don't know what to do.
Oh,
I do.
gee.
Yeah, Benders is just filling up the bag of holes.
So we're going to go ahead and clip the audio here for those of you in podcast land. Stay tuned for the second part of this trial. And
Damn
those
it.
of you watching us live or on YouTube, give us a few moments where we clip this audio and we'll resume the trial of Malay.
24 part 1, right?
24 part 1, so everyone hang on there for us.
You know, I've got a, not in like a bad way or anything, but this show, just in this particular moment, very well parallels with what's going on in the Sneak Attack podcast. And I re-listened to their whole episode series just so I get myself in the right mind frame. But they're more like combat focused than we are.
Oh.
They wandered into some random desert, and they are now facing a trial by one of their gods.
Well, just remember,
but-
We're facing a trial by 9, so fuck off, Mott.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna not be on this really quick. I'll come back once my audio is done.
okay.
I have to go and
Okay.
post episodes.
Yeah. So everyone,
Alright.
refill your drinks. I'm still good on
Gotta get
mine.
more ice cream
Before we
brandy.
get into
The
the.
cat hair out of my face.
So yeah, that's
Benders
the first part of Malay. There. I hope you all are.
Fuck
Weird.
this episode.
I hope you're all having fun.
No.
I think Chira
Not
had
so
the
far.
biggest of the
I
fuck.
think we've all learned a lot.
We've all grown emotionally except me.
I think you
You have
refuse
no
to.
emotions.
Nah.
Because I have no heart.
You refuse to grow, and I find that disheartening.
It's
Ha!
fine. I'm taller than most of you anyway, so I don't need to grow
It's
anymore.
better than being brained. Bub dum tis.
That one flew over my head.
I so wanted to burn Venrisk, but Sarah started talking because you're like, I want to get out of here not stoned, and what was the other, like,
Not in
petrified?
stone, and I want to get out of here. I didn't come here to be stone or turn to stone and get nothing done.
And I was gonna say, well, at least at the end of this, you won't be stone anymore.
Maybe.
I mean, to be fair, if you're in stone for like 1,000 years, you live 1,000 years, yeah?
Yeah, but that still
You
means
ju-
he got nothing done but bird shit on him.
But he wants to be immortal, so what's more
This is
immortal
true.
than being
Venris, we could leave you as a
stone
statue.
forever? You get your wish.
Just like wake up every once in a while to do stuff, like maybe go.
Hey, if I
to
could be a
hug
toilet
Haagen
and be
Dazs.
immortal, I would do it.
Oh, there's that conversation all over again. God damn
Oh,
it.
no.
You know it, Kargan. You know it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a Twitter
Goddamn
quote.
stupid conversation.
If you could be a toilet.
I would
Hey,
take that
hey,
off.
hey, Lashak,
That is insane.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
go
That is
fuck
pretty-
yourself.
I don't see what the problem. I'm just talking, you know. I'm just
Nope.
using words.
Don't like.
man.
We're not friends anymore.
I
Okay.
What server are you fuckers on GW?
I'm
It
not
doesn't
playing.
no,
Wait, what?
I
We
have
can all still play together.
it don't matter. None of this matters.
cross server batches.
Yeah.
I thought it does matter if you're free to play.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll be right back. I gotta grab. I
Yeah.
gotta change my pants.
Yeah.
Oh, you shat them?
Oh,
Yeah, I spilled Rockstar at the very beginning of it, and I just wanted to change it, but I realized I'm on a webcam, so I'm going to have to leave and come
oh, dude,
back.
I would just strip my pants off anyway. It's
Oh,
whatever.
we don't get
I-
Kargan pants cam? Damn.
Nope, sorry, not today. That's for our premium Patreon donors. If you go to patreon.com/TForce podcast.
That's for our
Slash-
Saturday stream.
Backslash Kargan pants cam.
Apparently, if we get to $3,000 a month, I'll be wearing a maid outfit. Don't ask
What?
why. I don't know.
I
Be right
Oh,
back.
oh, we're taking apparently for rundown. We're taking donations for Mott to dress up like Katniss Everdeen.
Why is that
It's-
a thing?
It's just something that because we were talking last night on Rundown, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take your donations. Send me all your money like you would send Katniss Everdeen things in the Hunger Games." And I'm like, "Well, can you just dress up as Katniss Everdeen?" He's like, "Sure, we'll work something out."
I don't know how I feel about this. But that's okay.
And yeah, I would like to see Mott in a dress. Let's be honest.
I'm sure you would. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that would be really funny.
hmm
I just don't know if he has the legs to pull it off. That's my only concern.
Baby,
That's your only concern?
his eyes are up there.
Look, okay, I'm just saying. Like, or what type of dress are we talking here? Are we talking like a sundress, or are we talking like, you know?
We're talking like a V-neck to the belly button.
Oh, we're talking like red carpet shit here.
No, I actually don't know what we do.
Oh, well, that's important, okay? Jeez.
He might not even get a dress. We don't know.
What? Just don't half-ass it, okay? I expect
I'm not in
him.
charge of this.
I expect him fully in the like, you know, the girl on fire dress from Hunger Games.
Dude, that dress is fucking hot. I like that dress.
I'm just saying, that's what I expect, and you better deliver.
I should cosplay that for fucking PAX.
You should cosplay as Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah, it's not even league related. I'll just be
You know,
Katniss.
you have the legs to pull it off.
Dude, I have the body. I don't. Well, maybe not up here. We can pad that. That's fine.
Hi, stream. Hope you're having fun.
Not
Oh God.
conversation.
You sure you
I
don't
came
want to on
back
this
at the weirdest
conversation?
part of this conversation.
You missed the part about talking about Mott dressing like Katniss Everdeen. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, I am now caught up.
I need to play a league game tonight.
Let
Fuck.
me make sure I've got that. Yep, my export was successful. So as soon as everyone's ready, we can resume.
I think mine's actually done.
Oh, you're done in more ways than you know.
No, I'm
Hey.
not. Am I dying?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's see. Yep, it's cool. It exported. Yeah, I have to play a rank game tonight or I start decaying.
Then you best get your rank on.
See, I thought I did last night, but apparently I queued for 2 normals instead of ranked, which is
Good
good
job.
because one of the games I had a support LeBlanc, a top Teemo, and a jungle York.
Don't trash talk Top Teemo. That one fucking carried me to platinum the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, Adam
Full-
was in a game the other day who a top Teemo who built like crazy shit carried the
Yeah, it
fuck
just
out
That
of
was
the
literally-
yeah,
it's a
that was the
weird
game. That was the
version
game. Yeah, I was in that game
Yeah.
too. That was like in promos to platinum.
That's
We
like
had
a-
top lane
what's
Teemo who
that
bought
guy?
Frozen. No, hear this: Frozen Mallet, ZZ Rot Portal, Ginsu's Rage Blade,
Yay, we're all
There's
done.
a-
like just full tank Teemo walking around, just like fronting on the enemy team. Not
This
giving a
iPad that you're talking about.
Yeah, iPad. There's a challenger mid-gen player that rushes ZZ Rot first.
Yep, saw that out
And he
on
like
Cube.
dumpsters people.
All
Mainly
right,
'cause
all right.
Makes
So,
sense. If you use your ult in the middle of turrets, you get the movement speed bonus, which is more damage. Woo.
so are we ready to resume?
Yep, I got my brandy and I got my
Let's-
pizza rolls.
I am. Hold on, dropping it.
like it's hot.
Pretty good. It's been whiskey and ginger for like a month now, and that's just been.
Oh, you mix? Oh, I just drink straight.
Hold on.
Yep, just on the rocks.
No,
All right,
not-
This is,
all right.
Unless you
This-
have
oh,
whiskey
yeah.
stones.
This is not glass.
Oh,
Yeah. What is that?
Oh
Seven?
baby, that
He's
Canadian
not-
club
he-
whiskey.
He's not.
Yeah.
This is the Blake special, Amalia.
What is that?
Alright.
Isn't that just a 7?
No, this is Canadian Club.
No. Like, well,
Crown
it's 7
Royale,
up
the
and
ugly cousin.
whatever.
All right, so
Seagram 7 and
is
7.
everybody
It's a
ready?
7 and
Is
7.
everyone done exporting? Can we?
yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Good. We're gonna
Wait,
get
let me
this-
check real quick. Hold.
Get this
Hence why I have returned.
Right.
So I feel like we all learned about like each other in this episode, except for
learned-
Kargan. I'm waiting for your Kargan and Hazair. Your bits need to come out.
We're not
good
bad people.
We're not assholes. When a situation presents itself, we try to make like the more diplomatic thing, and then Lumalia or you or Chira or Venris make the worst call possible, and things like
We can
chaos.
talk about this in game. Let's go.
All right. So
I'm
all
ready.
right.
No need.
Lashak is recording. How about Venris?
Venris is recording, and I feel like we're getting closer as friends.
Kargan.
Kargan is now recording, and feels like we're going to be in an episode of ER here very fucking quick.
Hiram the cheap whiskey.
Hiram is pretty sure he is going to end up at the end of this episode or a series of episodes, back in stone.
Chira Jaden.
Hey, Venris, whatever your preconceived notion in coming to the desert was, I probably am not going to stop you anymore.
Whoa!
I'm kind of mad.
Good guy Hasair.
Reporting in.
Come on, not a good guy.
I don't know. And,
Oh,
lurking Lamalia.
there you go.
Am I gonna have to murder all those people in the dying beds?
Oh, God,
we'll
we've
find
learned
out.
nothing.
Not unless
Okay.
I read
Sister's there, you asshole.
So,
Then she's good as
welcome
dead.
back, everyone, to the second part of episode
you.
24 of TForce RPG. It's a long story. For those of you in podcast land, welcome back, and hope you weren't waiting too long. But I think with the new release schedule we have coming out, the episodes are coming out pretty quickly. So, where we just
trying.
left off, and those of you watching us live will also remember, except for Skylar McCool, who seems to always join us at the midway point. Where we left off, they began the trial of Malay, which has so far been a lot of trips down memory lane and being shown the various ways where they have both had and both lacked compassion and the ability to forgive. Secrets were brought to light of Venris's dealings with his father, the truth behind Chira's exile, what happened to Lamalia after when she ran off from the tree and had been gone for weeks, 2 months. And everyone's left a little emotionally torn up as they then exit through from that portion into a room where they see essentially everyone they ever know, rows upon rows of stretchers of people bleeding and looking like they're dying. As the group is standing there looking around and seeing this all end, they hear the voice of Malay say to them, "I trust you will know what to do."
I get it now.
Explain.
Well, like the whole time, it was like showing us that if we knew the people better that we had killed, we wouldn't have killed them. So here are all the people that we know and we should try to save them, and we should try to save other people, like we know them, and like we care for them.
So we should heal them.
But wait, is this like a real thing going on, or is it another like whole?
You haven't even tried to find out. You just see you're just in this room, and you hear the moans and of pain coming from everyone that you've essentially ever met. There are thousands of people here. Some that
I mean,
only
obviously
one of
it's
you
not
know.
real.
What's reality?
Can I do like a medicine check to assess the wounds of, I'll say Eremos. I'll go over to Eremos's bedside
Sure.
and like see what his deal is.
Yeah. Give me a medicine check.
Oh, the shock rolls are my name. No, they're my game. It's a 9. It's not good.
You
not
don't know
good.
exactly what's ailing him, but anyone would be able to notice that he is clutching his side, where there seems to be blood coming from.
Like right under like his arm.
Kind of, I would say, just above
Where-
the liver.
Lumalia stabbed him.
Can I?
Maybe.
Can I like? Is he corporeal? Like, can I touch him?
Yeah, you can touch him.
All right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
You cast Cure Wounds, and his breathing starts to relax and slow.
All right.
Okay,
people
seeing
in this
that,
room?
I am making a fucking mad dash to try to find my sister.
So
Whoa!
as Hiram,
Pump the
as
brakes.
you heal Eremos, you all hear the sound of, for lack of better words, it's like a death rattle, like oh, and you look over and you all immediately see as Hasair is dashing, looking around for his sister, and what you immediately see is Hiram, you recognize as your father.
For those not aware, Hiram just threw his head around like in The Exorcist, like he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, and not only did he just like seem to die, but immediately the skin like goes through necrosis, and its eyes open up, and a zombie version of your father starts to stand up.
I am going to ready my bow, and Brahma's gonna be at my feet.
We're gonna need initiative from everyone
Oh,
here.
damn it.
Oh boy!
So here, and I hope you guys can figure out exactly what this trial is.
No, I can't. I'm not
It
smart
is-
enough.
Well,
no,
guess-
it is clearly whoever we choose to heal, the repercussions of saving that person and keeping that person alive will come back to metaphorically and in
I
this
am going to smite
particular
up a fucking
situation
storm.
physically come to haunt us. So my father is clearly tied up in Eremos' death somehow, and I have zero regrets at the moment. So let's roll that initiative.
Hiram doesn't think too much of his father, for everyone wondering out there.
Scumbag dad.
I mean,
I can't find. I'm too flustered because this is the first time he's come up. Initiative. There.
I
it
have a
is.
13 for initiative, Lashok.
That's an
Oh, I
11.
didn't click my character.
I think that might be the best initiative I've ever rolled.
Yeah, 16. I'm proud of you.
I'm usually single digits.
There we
Oh,
go.
I just
18.
missed. Well, 11. 11.
And I take it the mutagens I had running from last session are still running this session, correct?
yes,
Because
sir.
we didn't have a long rest. Cool. Just what I needed.
I need a little bit more Canada in me for this one.
All right, then. Oh, listen to that lovely sound. So, Venris, there are so many people here, and so much going on. What are you doing?
Well, is right now Hiram's father the only one that's like up right now?
That you've seen?
I haven't told anybody that that's my
Yeah.
dad. By
So
the way.
I'm gonna be running to Beatrice, my mother, wherever she is.
Beatrice, what a fucking ugly name.
You think about
Dicks.
her, and you run, and at the end of your like normal movement, you find yourself at her bedside.
Point of clarification: who is in this room? Because I didn't hear my father listed.
Literally
amongst-
everyone.
I said literally everyone you've ever known.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of people. Okay.
So I'm going to then pour a cure light wound potion on her.
Okay. You immediately pour it onto there, and you watch her. She was. You saw burns all over her, and you applied the cure potion. Her breathing moves, and she seems to calm down.
All right. Well, do I see the undead person?
You absolutely see the undead
Okay.
person.
Then seeing that there's more to this than meets the eye, I'm going to cast mirror image on myself.
Love that spell.
Multiple Venruses appear. 3 illusionary duplicate Venruses. Alright, Lumalia.
Oh, it's me? Oh boy.
Apparently twice, somehow.
Nice. So, what people are like directly in front of me? Is there like another
It's-
Bloodbane situation here?
It's kind of weird to describe. Like, the room,
Or is it just like a field?
the room looks. The best way I can think to put it is that this room seems to almost defy your senses, as you are aware of thousands of people, but nothing seems beyond your reach.
Do I see Oliver?
You do, sitting on a bed with a cracked shell.
I go to my fucking turtle. And
And
I cradle
everybody
my
gets up as a
turtle,
zombie.
and I gently give him what is it? The low potion. I can't think
A
of the
healing
name.
potion.
Cure light.
My only one I actually have on me. So yeah, that one.
You, pour the potion into there.
And I'm scratching the little underside of his chin because he goes do 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 do
Do, 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 do.
do 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 do.
Okay.
Yeah, my fucking turtle over my family. Shut up, Twitch chat.
Okay.
I like to think he's closer,
he's
and I'm.
closer. All right.
Do I see a
Cargan?
zombie turtle now?
Carrie.
God damn it!
Cargan.
Oh, nothing.
doing?
Cool.
So okay, so there's basically just a sea of people, for lack of a better term, and
Everybody we've met. ever.
How many zombies are there at the moment?
You've just seen one so far.
Just seen the one. Can I? I'm just going to heal the person closest to me.
Okay, the person closest to you. Okay. You reach, and how are you healing them?
With good old-fashioned cure light wounds.
Okay. So you reach over and you heal a kind of, rather built old man, bald with a long white beard, wearing kind of simple tannish robes and a holy symbol of Garako around his neck.
What?
Oh shit.
Daddy?
I don't
No,
Target.
he just
My father figure, maybe.
yeah, it's his father figure. Hasser doesn't know who his father is. Ish. No. And so you just immediately stop and just cure the closest person to you.
Yeah.
His breathing calms and he looks much better. Hasser, bam, there's your sister.
What's going on? What does she look like?
Your sister looks like she currently has a broken arm and is bleeding from the head.
I put my hand on her head and then I empty every single point of lay on hands on door.
Whoa. You see the bleeding stop and her arms, and she breathes and relaxes and seems to fall into a peaceful sleep.
Did that use all 35?
It did not.
Okay.
It used a grand total of 7.
Wow. Your sister's really fucking.
So
weak.
you subtract 7 from your pool and you still have the rest. All right, Chira.
I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to go find Lumalia's cousin.
You find Ryan.
Rye guy.
Hey, Ryan. I don't have the ability to heal like everybody else here. Help me help you.
You throw him at Kargan for old time's sake.
Thrown at Kargan for old
I'm
times.
sorry your cousin is such a dick. If you need anybody to talk to, I'm here.
Oh God.
He give me a persuasion.
That is a 13.
He kind of looks up you slightly delirious and kind of reaches up and grasps your wrist. And he actually does look a little bit calmer as you watch him as he passes and dies.
Is he a zombie?
You just
Hera,
persuaded somebody to die. Are you happy with
Good job,
yourself?
Kira.
I did it.
It was your plan all along.
I beat the game.
Hooray!
Hiram.
How far away is Dad? Dear old Dad.
Dead old dad.
30 feet.
Dead Dad. Dead Dad is dead.
Ghost Dad.
Question.
Spooky
So
Pops.
Brahm's attacks are extensions of my attack.
Mm-hmm.
So if I choose to cast a spell, Brahm cannot attack.
Correct.
Hmm. All right. Emotionally, I and Brahm attack my dad
Emotionally.
because there's what Mott wants to do. Yeah. I attack my dad.
With a
My
single
dad.
There's a small golf clap in the background from me.
Okay.
That's a crit fail.
Oh.
You hit Brahm.
You.
Oh,
No.
No, you.
I
But you
I
do
don't
put
actu-
you do put an arrow actually into your mom's throat on the bed next to him.
for 12 piercing damage.
Yes, for 12 piercing damage
that
as,
emotional trauma you're about to have.
as she dies.
But Brahm's still going to attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't fuck this one up.
I don't know how to attack with Brahm.
He's got a bite on his character sheet.
I'm going there, Lashok.
I mean, I could do. Yeah, Brahm hits.
Fuck yeah, he hits. Tear that shit up. 11 damage.
Brahm leaps onto your father's head, knock him to the ground, and just literally just rips his head off with a clean bite from the neck. Just
Good
Very
boy.
satisfying.
Jesus Christ.
the
Um,
catharsis is real.
Is it possible? Well, I'll run up to my mom. But I don't think I can do anything.
You run up to her and see her dead laying there.
Okay.
All right. Nathaniel runs over and begins cradling a dying again Angelica in his arms.
We probably should have thought of that one.
And Tabitha runs over and is frantically attempting to stop the bleeding on Deacon. While Tristan just looks lost, running around, standing in the midst of her entire crew, looking uncertain of what to do. So it's, at this time, you begin to hear the sounds of more people raising up from their beds as you see 9 more zombies rise.
9.
9.
Only 9?
Mm-hmm. Venris, you see your good friend, the Prince of Timshold,
Dante.
Dante, zombified.
In this inferno.
You see Magnus, zombified.
No, fuck.
Hiram, your mom begins to rise right in front of you as a zombie. Chura, your mom begins to rise as a zombie.
That's my mom too.
I know. Or is she? No, okay.
Dun, dun.
Um, Mouse, the informant little thief guy from Turnog begins to rise.
Good, we can murder that fucking kid.
Lumalia, you see your father rise as a zombie.
Okay.
And Venris, it's your turn.
I'm running to my father next, I suppose. I don't care about the zombies at the moment.
You see you see Roy, a long arrow, and he looks drained of all energy and is barely holding on. All the strength is gone from his limbs. He looks like a withered husk of a man.
I almost don't do it, but then I pour another healing potion into his mouth.
His breathing calms and he slips into a gentle little sleep.
You can thank me later.
All right. Lumali Ali Alia.
Cool. So who's the zombie closest to me?
That would be your father.
Cool. I throw a dagger at his head.
Make an attack roll.
Thrown 20.
You flip the dagger out and hit him square in the head. Give your damage.
6.
And it just drops and falls backwards onto the ground with its dagger thunk cleanly in between its eyes. All right.
That's it.
Kargan.
Okay. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word. We'll do it at level 3 because Healing Word's a little weaker. On my mom from far away.
All
On
right.
zombie mom.
Roll your healing.
Love you, Mom.
That is going to be for 11.
So you'd like reach over and you're just like, Mom. And gently the music of your words go over there as the healing falls upon her. And briefly, for just a moment, peace seems to restore to her face as she just kind of falls gently to the ground.
Dead?
I mean, she was undead, and now she's whatever she is now.
Okay. Is there anybody near me in the immediate vicinity who is the most injured?
They all look equally injured.
I will go to the nearest person. I will cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
Okay. You
Not caring who.
Not caring. Okay. You immediately go up and begin to heal Fenris of Fenris's Fabulous Finery.
That guy from Tirnog.
The guy from Kerato, yes.
Oh, Kirita, that's right.
And stop his bleeding and are able to heal him. This seems to kind of go on for a little bit of back and forth if you guys are running around killing, healing, killing, healing, killing, healing. And it's almost like a blur. And then suddenly everything's gone. You're just in a simple room. 30-foot room. And directly across from you, you see yourselves.
Okay.
Staring directly at you.
Hi, us.
Do we look any different?
I lift one hand up to see if the other me lifts his hand up.
You lift your hand up and the other you charges you. Roll an attack roll on yourself.
Oh, damn it! Is this? I guess the other me didn't activate his Crimson Right, so I'm just gonna roll a regular attack. That is, oh boy, that is altogether 20, which definitely hits me.
All right, roll damage on yourself.
God, that's so weird. Five damage.
All right, you get hit by your own sword, and it fucking hurt.
Well, fuck you, me.
Venris.
Yes?
You're casting a spell.
Oh
Is it
no.
Fireball?
It is Fireball.
Counterspell.
All right, well,
We're gonna play this counterspell game. I love it.
it's
Hold
your
on.
turn now.
Oh, that's right. It immediately disappears because it's third level.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Good job.
The other Venice across the way begins like channeling going, and like fire starts cackling from his hands, and your Venice goes shit, and the fire goes away.
Well then,
Or I'm sorry, I could do my Tiberius for a second. Third level counter spell. No. Anyways,
is my my familiar isn't there. Is Tabitha or any of the other
yeah,
people here?
there are doubles of all of them.
Huh.
All right, I'm going to say, Nathaniel, accept my beautiful gift, and I'm going to cast Polymorph on him.
Okay, well, the other Venris attempts to counterspell your polymorph.
Wow.
This goes on for hours.
I was about to say, I was waiting
No,
for you
they
to
have-
fireball
they
and
have-
then get
They
countered.
both have very limited counterspell usage.
It's a 4th level.
4th level, okay. And counterspell, doesn't that 3rd and below, and you have to roll on higher than that? Or am I remembering that wrong?
I believe he has to roll above a 14, if I am correct.
Okay,
It's
so
10.
then make an intelligence roll for me.
God damn it. Fuck, 23.
Yeah, he counterspells your polymorph.
God damn it.
Yeah, you're such a son of a bitch to deal with, aren't you?
I know, right? Well, then I flip him the middle finger as I run backwards.
You run into the wall. It's only a
Oh.
30-foot room. There's nowhere to run.
Great.
Lumalia? The other you pulls up her hood and goes running off to the side.
Are we trying to stealth check in a 30-foot room?
No, she just pulls up her hood because that's what you do.
That's true.
Runs over across and begins flings a dagger at Venris. Can you give me a dagger attack roll?
I can do that with pleasure. 20.
I do believe that hits, Mr. Venris.
Let me check my AC. Oh, wait. I'm going to use... Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, it hits.
All right, 6
Oh,
points damage.
6 damage.
You get
I'm not
hit
rolling
by
well
You
tonight.
get hit by a dagger in the arm as you see the other Lumalia run across adjacent to you and go and throw the dagger into you. So, so Lumalia, what are you doing?
I am also going to throw a dagger at the evil Venris.
I was about to say,
Wait,
David.
Oh
which
my
evil
God.
Venris?
The one
Okay.
across from me, the one that
Okay,
I clearly know is on the other side.
all right, make your attack roll.
I missed this time, I think.
13. What is...
Venris, what's your AC?
That hits.
Yes. I'm excited.
Trust me, I'm nothing.
Oh my.
I only hit for 5 though. I am worse than my counterpart.
All right, Kargan, you've seen Chira attack Chira. Venrises counterspell each other, and Lumalia's attack Venrises.
Okay.
How appropriate.
It's your turn. The other, as you see him begin to sing he shouts a word of encouragement to his brother,
That's all he did?
and then
I'm actually a little intimidated by that.
grabs up his Earthbreaker
Yeah.
Oh
and
shit.
and charges Chira. So I need you to make an attack roll on Chira
Yeah, okay.
with Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
All right.
It's gonna happen. That was really important. Great weapon master. Go. I rolled a. That's gonna be a 13.
I have
Total.
a 15 armor class.
Okay.
Bam! As the large hammer, typically wielded by your brother, Chira, smashes into the ground next to you.
Wait. Fuck, whatever, doesn't matter.
So what are you doing with your turn, Kargan?
I'm going to pull out my shield and my axe, which is something that I've always had that I've never used because why shields? And I'm going to run up and kind of get in between the two, and I'm just going to look other me in the eye and say, "Why are you doing this? Stop it!"
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. And I roll. That's going to be an 18 plus 9 for 27.
You're like, why are you doing this? And he responds, my brother went in, I back him up no matter what.
Yeah, but he's being stupid. Sometimes you
Oh.
have to stop him from being.
Sounds like Kargan.
No, it's true.
So, other Hasser charges Lumalia, and
That makes sense.
while bonus action casting Thunderous Smite.
What?
You about to get fucked.
Hasser, would you mind giving an attack roll on Lumalia for me, please?
Lashak, you must be
Yeah.
having a blast playing our characters.
Wait, hold on. What does Thunderous Smite do?
You'll find
You're
out.
about to find
You
out.
smoke
Fuck.
thunderously.
Let's see. That is an 18.
I
Lumalia?
find it wholly ironic, by the way, that in
Uh,
one moment where it counts, Hasser doesn't make a move to kill himself.
16, but I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge, so I take half damage.
Okay, well, he's going to then burn a second level spell slot, I believe, that you have
Oh, this is
for
really gonna
Divine
hurt you.
Smite. So
That's my default.
I'm not evil.
it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be
maybe.
against evil.
Jesus.
Divine Smite Paladins have whole new options.
Oh,
They can
boy.
smite
It's a whole new
anyone that
world.
they want.
That's not a. Oh, I can only use one.
Slightly
that's gonna
Starkey,
be
smite for you.
Your weapon damage plus strength plus 2d6 thunder damage from Thunderous Smite and 2d8 radiant damage.
What the fuck?
No, what am I halving though?
The total.
Okay, cool.
The total of like all of the dice ever.
That's like, God, what is that?
I can't do as much as I used to, but I can still do quite a bit.
That's what.
I mean, it did take him 4 turns to power up. That's pretty fucking impressive.
I miss doing that so much.
So let's see here. That meteor hammer. So okay, so 1d8 plus 4, and he's going to use his and then let's see here. Then there's going to be the 2d6 thunder damage, and then the 2d8 radiant damage. So that's
got
22.
lucky
So you take 11
fuck.
points of damage. As
See,
this,
that's not that bad.
well, because you halved it.
You were very fortunate that none of those were very high rolls.
Yeah, those
Right.
were very average rolls. You guys all hear this loud, thunderous crack as the other Hussar's meteor hammer goes flying out and hits, like, Lumalia is going to, like, hit to square in the chest, but she kind of turns at the last possible second, gets clipped in the shoulder, and just...
I can't help but feel a little bit cathartic about that.
Did she just dodge lightning?
thunder, to be more specific, but...
Whatever.
Hasser.
I'm gonna hold my action, honestly, for now.
Okay. You hold your action. Chira, baby.
All right. I look at myself and I say, "Hey, asshole! How dare you? How dare you swing your sword at yourself? What are you doing? There are much more important things to do than attempt and kill ourselves in this stupid situation in order to appease some entity that we can't even see at the moment. Put your goddamn sword down before something bad happens.
Give me an intimidate roll.
You-
I've been waiting my whole life to intimidate myself.
I'm gonna say with advantage.
And
Sure.
I crit fail.
just
I'm
kill,
gonna
just
say,
kill yourself.
Chira, you missed me saying I'm giving you advantage.
Oh, thank God. Oh. All
Just
right.
kill
Well,
yourself.
let's pray for
Double
the better on
crit
this
fail.
one.
Double crit fail.
No, this one is a 18.
You know, the Adventure Zone say they fluff the numbers to make the story more interesting.
I don't. I just decided, I was in the midst of saying he had advantage.
Well, I had
because-
said I crit failed before he even said it, so
because he's been waiting his whole life to intimidate himself.
that's true.
Um,
But I got an 18 on that one. This
Yeah.
conversion has really ruined my intimidate rolls.
you're just like, what are you doing? There's more important things. And he kind of looks for a moment, and he like the rare look of shame on Chira's face crosses over the other Chira's face. So Hiram, suddenly there's a wolf charging at you. As another Brahm comes up, and oh geez,
That's a hit.
yeah, for 13 damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
Your
Bra-
dog's good.
he's squishy, but he. Oh yeah, he immediately like pulls at your ankle to try and pull you down, but it doesn't work. And then you feel this odd kind of humming in the air as the other Hiram Hunters marks you, and proceeds to fire at you. So can you give me an attack roll at yourself?
12, which is not a hit.
No, you miss yourself. It's so lonely.
Actually, hold on. What is Hunter's Mark doesn't actually do anything for hits,
It adds to
right?
damage, not to hit.
Okay.
So,
Well,
as the arrow goes flying by your head, and you see the other Hiram staring at you, and this Brahm like gnawing at your leg. It's your turn.
Hiram surveys the scene. Notches. Oh, well, not. I guess not notches. I'm gonna grab 4 arrows from my quiver, and I'm going to slam them into the ground and cast Cordon of Arrows.
Cordon. As I look up that spell that I've never heard before.
Oh, I've got it ready for
Slam
you,
4.
a shot. I slam 4 arrows into the ground. Any creature, which I specify, and by the way, all of the people who I see on like our side of the court that I see is like the people who came in are friendly, are not affected by this spell. Everybody else is. Everybody within 4 or within 30 feet, like an arrow is going to shoot out at them. So if they're in there, in that range. So I only get to attack 4 people, but it's 1d6 on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so you slam these into the ground, creating your magical cordon of arrows. Wow, that's just basically it's gonna happen because everyone's within 30
Yep.
feet. All right.
So 4. I mean, I guess in this
It's on
case,
the
I
end
don't
of-
really know how the spell works. Does it?
It's
I
at
guess
the
it's
end
just
of their
closest to
turn.
me, right?
It's the end of their turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then Venris, the other Venris, begins to attempt to polymorph himself.
Ah! No! I refuse. Counterspell, counterspell.
All right, give me an intelligence roll.
Can you guys clarify exactly what polymorph does? Because my head goes to World of Warcraft.
It turns.
Polymorph is 6. I failed.
Wow, we're
Oh,
fucked.
so what was the creature you were thinking about turning Nathaniel into?
It was going to be a giant ape.
Okay, well, the other you turns into a giant ape.
Challenge rating is 7.
Turns into a giant ape, beats its chest and starts to move starts to move up towards you, and then has to make a dexterity saving throw to
I have all of its stats right here.
give me a
The monkey.
dexterity saving throw as Great Ape Ventress.
There +2, 21.
Oh
Ooh,
well, he
that's gonna-
succeeds, and
I don't know what my dexterity saving throw has to be, but
That's-
that I'm sure beats it.
an arrow flies up out from the ground and then swings past as he just kind of like bats it aside. And it's your turn.
Oh, it doesn't attack. Thank God.
I mean, casting polymorphs in action.
True. Oh, since I have mirror image, I should be safe. God, what'd I do? I guess I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on it for my last level 3 spell.
Ooh, you're going to attempt to dispel the polymorph.
Yep, and I think it automatically succeeds if it's level 3 or below.
Double for each. Yeah, no, you're like poof, and no longer is there a towering great ape in front of you. Instead, there's just you.
That would have been bad because it's the ape's fists do 3d10 plus 6 damage.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, then. I'm cowering in fear. It's
Is it me?
The other Lumalia then runs up, somewhat popping up behind Venris. Give me a dagger to Venris's back.
Damn, that's what I was gonna do. Fuck.
first I have to see if it's a mirror image or not.
Oh, this is true.
Okay, what do I do for that?
Roll
back up.
1d20. 19. What does that mean?
You must roll 6 or higher to change the attack. Each time a creature attacks you with their inspiration, you roll a d20 to determine whether the attack targets one of your
Yeah.
duplicates.
Yep.
So that's a duplicate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do I still have to roll an attack though,
Yes.
right?
You just don't know what
Cool.
yeah. Still, as a mirror image of Lumalia gets stabbed, of Venris gets stabbed
Venris.
in the kidney. Venris, whatever. You're all the same to me.
Nice.
No.
I want to feel like the mirror image like turned around before he dies, like haha, you missed, and it just poofs.
No, the other two, the Venris and the other two mirror images all turn around and go.
I love it.
Actual Lumalia?
I'm gonna do the exact same thing I just did, and I'm going to move and flank the other Venris, the evil Venris.
All right.
Do I have to disengage from the Hacer that's in front of me? Because I will use my
Yes.
I will use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
Because I'm a rogue and I can do that.
You break off your engagement with Hesser.
Cool. I go and I move to behind evil Venris, and we're going to double short sword because I get 2 attacks.
Do you have 2 attacks?
I do. Because I remember I can dual wield.
Yes, but that's a.
I have to draw it, don't
The
I?
second weapon uses a bonus action to take your second.
That's
attack.
right. That they
And
changed
you
that.
use the
But
bonus action to do your disengage.
right. Okay. So just with my reddish short sword. Fuck. That's not very good.
Yeah. No.
And I don't have advantage either. Cool, because he's already done something this round. All right, cool.
As you come up there and stab, and you thought about this a lot, but it kind of feels weird actually trying to stab a Venris. Like, you're like, I'm used to the catharsis, but actually doing it?
Man, stupid emotions. I'm just curious what it would have
The
done.
other Kargan sends out an inspiring shout. This time to the other Trisan. And he then he kind of takes a step. They are holding a defensive posture with his hammer, and he goes, "What are we doing, brother?" And he holds the action. Kargan.
I'm continuing just stare right at him, and I'm just gonna say, no, you know what you need to do. You need to stop this right now. People are going to die. Is that what you really want? Just people to die for no reason?
Give me a persuasion roll.
I'll give you another one of those. Lo and behold, it's another 18, so 27 on persuasion.
What?
Ooh.
Jesus
Woo!
Christ.
Expertise, man. You expertise that, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he kind of looks over and he goes, "Huh. Guys, I think we should stop fighting." And the other cherry goes, "Fuck that! I'll stop fighting when they stop fighting."
And I
I
tell
say-
him, I'm not fucking fighting you, asshole. You should stop fighting right now.
And I say, and I turn off like, can everyone stop hitting each other for a second so we can figure this shit out?
The rest of the shadow teep faps all kind of stop and look around there, and there's a brief moment, and they kind of all fade out, and before you stands the image. You see a woman. Looks like a half-elven woman, young, beautiful, wearing simple, light tan robes, and her hands fold in front of her, silver hair tied back in a ponytail. And it says, "Thank you. You have used reason for once."
Fuck that.
The last thing, then, you have faced yourselves in more ways than one, and you have looked at situations in various ways. I hope you take the lessons from all of this and know what they truly mean. And now I have to ask, who will stay to honor me, and what will you give up?
I'll stay behind.
Are we sure we don't want Tristan to stay behind?
You volunteer, Kargan of the Red Dunes. What is it then that you will give? What part of you will you leave behind?
Whatever's necessary.
She then nods and reaches her hand. Before you know it, all of your weapons are in her hands, are like at her feet.
Wait, all of them?
All of Kargan's weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Does that include my belt?
It includes your belt.
Okay. Just checking.
How are your pants staying up?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
I think this dice is fucked up because that's an 18 again.
You quickly feel your belt go, but grab your pants.
Okay.
She walks up and places a hand on your cheek, which feels radiantly warm, as you feel like this kind of touch and this glow feeling from you, and say, "Kargan, you will be remembered always under my gaze, as you have shown the capacity of compassion for redemption and forgiveness and to aid others. Your sacrifice then will be your violence. I shall take these weapons from you, and going forth, know that in my charge you should always seek to redeem and to forgive before you kill. And anytime you do that, you will be acting with my will and with my aid."
Very well.
And she smiles, and everything fades. And you guys find yourself back in that main central area. Everyone kind of looking around. And Kargan, you have no weapons in your hand, but you find yourself with a ring upon your left hand.
Whoa.
It's silver with a, for lack of better words, kind of a like the color of sand gemstone set upon it, shining and glimmering.
Oh, okay.
I take out the Dragon Slayer longsword and I hand it to Kargan.
We have learned nothing.
No.
No, I have good reason. I handed the Kargan and I'm like, you're probably gonna need this because I don't know if I can always be there to protect you.
I'll be
I
That's
just
fine.
the
heard gagging
fucking
in the background.
best. Oh.
And
What is
so
the
did
ring
you,
on my finger?
Oh, you'll have to spend time and find that out now, won't you?
Yes, I'd like to do that.
So, you guys have a moment to collect yourselves. But yeah, so Kargan, you kind of actually feel like less angry, less violent. Like something inside you may have changed just a little bit. Not completely, you're still you. But you feel, I don't know, I guess maybe a little more patient.
Okay. All right. I could be that.
As you guys see the symbol on the door that had the 9 different symbols, the symbol of Malay is now lit up in a light clear blue.
Well, what's next?
So it's like a light bright.
I think we need to take a little rest first.
Yeah, that was
Oh, things just got so complicated.
oh, you can say that again.
Yeah, as the 9 of you are in this, small room, there's a table with food. There's comfortable couches for sitting. It
Is
looks
there,
like a
is there
place.
wine?
There is wine.
Oh boy,
Um,
that's mine.
you guys, the thing is, I agree. This has all been a lot, and we thought that would be easy.
I head straight for the door. I am standing in front of it waiting for the next trial. Hiram's pretty distraught at the moment. He's not happy about seeing his parents involved with this.
Hiram, are you okay?
It's Kargan, that's a part of my life I left behind.
What
And
part? Like,
clear-
do you want to explain to the? I'm confused.
I guess I never really did tell you guys my
We
whole
know
story.
nothing.
No,
No,
Yeah,
we
you
know
really
nothing
don't.
about you.
So
I mean, there's no need to rush this. I mean,
You know, you
We
don't have
really
to tell us
don't
now.
need to know anything about you, though. I trust you more than Venris. That's something.
that's neat. Long story short, maybe my father's the reason I had such a compulsion with money, and my mother was maybe the direct person who got affected the most by that. It's the reason why I ended up the way that I was in the woods by myself, and even how I ended up with Magnus. Yeah, I mean, unless you guys want the full story, I ended up where I was because of my father, and he's just a bad person.
So
like
you and Venris have
bad
something
evil,
in
or
common.
just like bad, sort of like.
He chose money over us, and I thought that I grew up without money. I'll give you the more fuller story since we seem to be there, a fuller house, if you will. My father was obsessed with making money with just the next invention, the next thing that could make us rich. He was a bit of an alchemist. He was a bit of a tinker. He created some crazy paints and dyes that he thought he could make his wealth in Asiamhastam. And he left my mother and I. My mother wouldn't follow. So he left, and my mother was left on her own to support herself and to support the family. I took up some of the reins and learned a bit of hunting, learned a bit of farming, and then one day my mom, seeing how hard I was working, sent me off with a man who was supposed to be her boyfriend, maybe my stepfather to be, into some woods. Our cart crashed as we went through a tour of the woods, and we got separated. And I got stuck in that woods for a very, very long time, just up until I actually met Magnus, who started to pay me for my knowledge of the woods and for my ability to forage him different supplies. And basically, I had been working with him, trying to make money and support myself and my newfound friends. And I motion towards you guys with my financial gains. And that's gotten me all of shit. You know, I got sick when we were out on our way to Victoria Point. My money meant shit. And it was Ramil that healed me. So now I'm all for Ramil. So I think that's where we go next.
I-
Let's get the truth of the situation. We've
I-
had a lot of truth within ourselves. And maybe that's what we need right now. And I go to face the door again.
I hear him. That's quite a story. Did you ever think that though through your journey you gained a wealth of wisdom and a wealth of friendship? That maybe possibly too your parents might have did what they thought was best, and while they might not have made the best choices, they were trying to. Maybe we're just maybe a little misguided.
Maybe too much Malay has rubbed off on you.
all I've ever known is what I found through my own experience. I had no guides. I had no parents. I mean, to see my parents fighting all the time over money, over my dad's latest tinkers or inventions, and just to have it end up with me spending so many years alone in the woods, I only know what I know. And right now I know I need to face Ramil and I need to find some truth.
Okay. Well, if
I
you
just
ever
killed
wanted,
my dad, Kargan.
I mean, it was a projection of your dad.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure that entire thing was, kind of in our heads.
We honestly don't know that. These are the gods.
I was fighting a fucking snake and then I was here. I don't know shit. That's Mott.
Maybe
not,
if you,
not Hiram.
maybe if you want the snake a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you ever want to talk, let me know. I'm gonna figure out what the story is behind this ring.
So this would be a good opportunity for you guys to take a rest, and
A long rest?
I mean, if you wish,
God
you
damn.
can short rest or you can long rest. That's entirely up to you.
I would like a long rest if the party would allow it.
I got hit once and healed back the fold between my.
I'm gonna go
So
look
guys,
for
I'm
Ollie
at
if you're gonna take a
69.
fucking cat nap, Venrus.
Alright, see you guys in 8 hours. Unless we really want to continue. But I'm kind of dried out in case shit hits the fan like before.
Hiram is ready to go.
You wanted to become an ape?
It's a child fantasy of mine. You just
Fantasy or fun? I thought I heard the
is
latter.
that what you were going to do that? You were going to turn me into that ape?
you were going to become a monster.
He kind of like pauses for a moment and is like contemplating the concept of it.
Next time, buddy.
I think that definitely Tabitha like sits down and looks kind of like drained, and it's like I definitely think
You
that
didn't do anything. Well, why are you sitting down? You literally came for the ride. I didn't remember you doing anything when we were fighting ourselves. You just kind of like, oh, look at me, I'm Tabitha.
I
Get the
mean,
fuck up.
Lamalia, we just
Don't
faced
more
the worst
insulting
of us.
Lamalia. No. We're all trying to defend our lives here. No more. No. I'm sick of it.
You're sick of it.
No, the group is, and they're just not saying anything because you're Lumalia.
Damn right.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't really know what that means either, Venrus.
I'm just gonna go take a nap.
Hiram goes to open the door.
it does not open for just you.
Mm.
Hiram, just grab some snacks.
I sit down
Think
cross-legged style on the floor
uh,
with Brahm at my side, and I'm just looking at the door.
so Tristan kind of meekly approaches Chera.
Nope.
Like, can I see that?
Do you just yell nope at her? Like,
Yep.
That to me actually interests me quite a bit.
she kind of like, she flinches, nods her head, and walks to the complete opposite side of the room from you.
Can I go and walk up to her?
Absolutely.
No. Oh God.
Oh God, I was gonna grab her first. Fuck. All right.
Oh wait, are there chairs in this room?
Yeah, there's a table with seats all around it, comfortable couches, food. It's like a really nice sitting room.
Okay, I pull up a chair, put my feet on the table, and start snacking.
All right. So Venris, you walk over, and Trazan just like sits back, again, like slumps against the wall, and sits down, and like wraps her arms around her knees.
You're right there, girl.
Girl.
This is.
Oh, this gets so much better.
That was a little ugly. I was hoping that would never have to come to light. Like, it's probably better that it did, though.
Listen, I know by now Shira probably told you my opinions about you. And
He said you wanted to kill me.
not necessarily, but that was an option. But after seeing you two look at each other, I haven't seen that sort of love in a while. And I know your secret, and he doesn't. Maybe he just doesn't believe you.
My secret?
Come on, no more dropping. There's no need for the act, girl.
Girl.
You're
That old Venrus charm.
Lad, I don't know what you're talking about.
What is Venris's charisma at? I really would like to know.
Let's just say he's role-playing it properly.
Okay.
I don't know what secret
I
you're
saw
talking
you.
about.
I saw you through my scrying spell. You and your buddies were undead. You have lived a very
undead?
long time.
Look, Venus, you're an odd one, and I've just been through a lot, and you're talking a bunch of nonsense to me.
Maybe this might clear everything up. And I take off my circlet, and I give it to her, or I try to put it on her head if she'll allow it.
So you're like,
Like it very gently, like very slowly, just try to put it on her head.
She kind of, she's just like lowered her head, not even really paying attention to you as you put the circlet upon her.
All right. Anything?
It's gonna take an hour.
I find it interesting.
Give me an insight check.
Oh, that's not good. I'm not good at those. 15.
For just a brief moment, her like body language and posture changes and then immediately resumes.
Probably because you just put something on her fucking head.
I want you.
I think I should note that I never actually told you exactly how. Has what's her face told you how to do that whole thing?
What whole thing?
I forgot the lady's name.
I want you to keep this because Chira, despite saying it, he loves that thing.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, I'm
Do
good
I
at
see
it.
this happening?
I mean, it's not like this is a small area. Everyone can see this happening.
Well, I left the room. I'm gone.
That
All right. 17. I'm shaking.
Fine.
I just want you to know that whatever happens between you and Chiro, I don't want to kill you. Don't believe that.
I appreciate that.
I'm
And
going
I
to
just
walk.
pat her. I just pat her on the head, and I walk away unless Cargan's doing something.
Pat
I
her
am
on
walking
the
over.
head.
I am now going to slowly take the circlet off her head. I'm going to look at Venris and I'm going to go, no.
Do you see? I'm whispering right to his ear. Do you see Chiro?
Ichira's
don't-
sitting at the fucking table eating,
I know.
snacking.
And I sit down and I look at Tristan. I'm like, apparently, whatever creature is, or whatever beings in this circlet believes that that body is hers.
What?
I forgot. I
Olmery.
forgot her name. And she wants the body back. Because a long, long time ago, somebody removed her from said body. And is convinced that this is you.
If it wasn't for the fact that we're sitting here in a sunken temple following the challenges of gods, I'd say that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I agree. But that is what the voice in the circlet told me. And frankly, I'm not going to do anything crazy because I don't know what the ramifications of this is. And I glare at Venris a little bit because, like, we're in the middle of this immense trial that is going to possibly lead the people of this world back to the benefit of the gods, or at least have them in good graces.
Hey, Kargan, can you give me a
8 episodes later.
wisdom saving throw?
I can do that. That's going to be an 8.
Oh, Jesus.
No, actually, this is the bright idea.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, putting the circle on her, that's the right idea.
Me not noticing any of this, I'm just saying, and you will agree with me that her being protected is the best action right now. Don't you agree?
I just...
She needs protection, and this circlet will protect her, and Chira loves it.
Oh, the tangled webs we weave.
I don't want anything to do with that magical contraption. Please, just give... Let's just rest. And face our next challenge. She gets up and kind of like stands up and starts to walk across from the room from you guys. What challenge are we going next? Are we following Hiram's idea of Remiel? She looks over at everyone.
Yeah, I would prefer not to face Remiel. Thank you very much. He's sort of a paladin. I do necromancy stuff.
Well, you're gonna have to. This is a team effort.
Yeah.
Maybe I would like
I'm
to
not
maybe
here.
sacrifice something of myself first. Maybe, I don't know.
We don't know what each
Hey.
god will want from us.
So maybe we save Remiel last. I know Hiram's dying to prove himself, but...
well, whatever it is, we're going to need to take a rest before we figure that out. In the meantime, I guess Tristan just... I don't know.
I'm still by the door.
Who knows? Maybe what's-her-face in the circlet might know more about the whole situation than they've told us.
Since we have 8 hours, you should at least talk to her and hash things out girl by girl.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, God.
Girl by girl.
Hashtag girl talk.
Yeah.
My persuasion, oh, there it is. This one's not going to be good. 10?
I don't want anything to do with that. I don't know what madness is being fed to you from that thing, but I have a pretty strict policy of not dealing with magic items that like to talk to me.
Alright, now toss it
Can
back to
I
Venris.
cast suggestion on her?
Absolutely.
Fuck.
What's your DC for
Take a
your saving
guess
throw?
what my suggestion is.
That she should put it on?
Yeah.
She's able... Please, can we focus on the task at hand? So, Remiel, is that it?
Yes.
Let's rest.
Okay, I'm going to... She goes over into another corner and place to rest. And with everyone taking their moment here, eating, resting, reflecting, so we're going to go ahead and end this week's episode before next week, episode 25, we'll enter into the challenge of Remiel.
14, 15, I rolled.
14 and 15 again. I swear that's what you rolled last time. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening to us tonight. Those of you live and those who are listening in podcast land. Once again, we really appreciate all the viewership, and we definitely appreciate all the people that have come on to our Slack and joined the community to talk and play RPGs with us. Even if you don't have the time to play, you should just come on and join the community and talk. They also get together and play lots of various games, like video games, other tabletop games. There's just a lot going on. So, and you can find all that information in the description of all of our episodes and everything, or on Twitch, or on Twitter at TForce RPG, on YouTube at TForce RPG, everywhere TForce RPG, TForce RPG, TForce RPG. So thank everyone, and we're going to go ahead and end this audio recording right now, and hope everyone has a good night. All right. Clipping
Peace.
my audio. Stream's still going at the moment in case they, because some Sparky at very least likes to ask me questions.
I couldn't actually find on our stream which channel we were on right now.
We're on the main
We're on the
T-Force.
main one.
Yeah.
Really? Because I was on that and it said it was offline. I mean, it honestly might just be me, but
It is you. I've had the
I see
chat
it
up.
online right now.
Yeah.
yeah, because I wanted to see that chat.
Oh boy.
Cat, please.
Okay, so for clarification, do I not get weapons forever and ever until the end of time, or
You
What
don't
she
know.
said to you, and this is abstract stuff, so you might have to interpret it as you will. She
Okay.
said that when you said whatever is necessary, you'll sacrifice. And so she took your weapons and said your violence. And said
Okay.
that you should always see that, anytime you act with her in mind, with redemption, with compassion, with the thought of avoiding violence unless necessary, that you will have her blessing and her aid.
okay? All right. Very well. That's what I heard. I just wanted to make sure I clarified, and I still want to know what that ring is all about.
Oh, well, that I can actually tell you. That ring allows you to the ring allows you to basically use the spell spiritual weapon at will.
Okay.
So he doesn't need a
But
fucking weapon.
But it is a blessed item of melee, and so the spell level at which it's cast will reflect directly upon the how and why you are using it.
Okay.
So he can use it as many times as he wants?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hi, bud.
As you have the sandstone ring of melee. You can call it whatever you
Interesting.
want.
Interesting.
And you're looking up spiritual weapon right now, aren't you?
I kind of have to.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a crazy amount of time for us. If every challenge is as long and as daunting as this one is, this is at face value. This whole series, including the one we just went through, is 9 weeks.
I mean, it's
Possibly.
kind of a really big deal.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the whole beginning of this was hey, to get into our good graces again and to have the gods back in this whole world, pass these challenges to prove your worth, and we will bestow the gifts of the gods back onto the world.
And this
I
is
didn't
another
hear
way
the
to
world. I didn't hear the world part.
That was a thing.
Also, I don't think Hiram would have a great sense of what this is because he spent his most formidable years in the fucking woods, away from people, as it were.
But he's not completely
You know that sweet ass magic that cured your fucking disease? Yeah, that.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what he's kind of focused on right now. And god damn it, next week is going to be a good week for some Yeah, I mean, it's going to be either the greatest week or the worst week. Who knows? I might end up like Chira on the emo squad.
Hey, how about you go fuck yourself, Mont?
Now,
Uh,
okay, so for spiritual weapon, I don't actually wield the weapon. The weapon just does its own thing.
correct.
Okay. And do I still have my shield?
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
Did he take the?
This is nothing saying
Hey,
that you
did
can't.
you take the sword?
Again, this is all in your interpretation. But
Right.
as a GM, what I'm going to say to you, what this means from a mechanical-ish standpoint, is that you have been giving a blessing of melee, and it will work when you are working within her guidelines.
Right. No, yeah, I understand.
This doesn't mean you can't take up a weapon or that you can't fight, or there's just these ramifications. This is the charge that has been placed upon you.
Right. No,
I gotta
understand.
say that no other time in this whole campaign have I wanted so hard to be my old paladin. Like the last,
This would suck if I was Orfeo. Oh God, this would not go well.
I mean,
the
this
last
is the
like
challenge.
godlike challenge I had to deal with
You,
as Mott, like I nailed it.
this is the challenge of the neutral good, healing, compassion, redemption deity. Okay? What's it going to be like when you're doing the challenge of a Garriot, the chaotic, evil, anarchy, destruction,
Oh, that's the one I
survival of
can't
the
wait
fittest
Oh,
god?
that's gonna be so
Yeah.
fun.
Like,
Yeah, that
Sarah,
is
you've been
going to
muted this
be.
entire time, by the way.
the real thing you have to ask yourself, what's it going to be like when you do the chaotic neutral deity Zindas, who's all about stories, adventure experience, and like...
Here's my question, and maybe this has to play out as we go along. But like, so Karga just took the hit on that. Like, he is currently representing that god. Can he represent the next god,
Don't know.
or is it?
Wait, what?
I
You'll
knew
have
that
to
was
find
gonna be the
out.
thing.
Please.
Only one way. We have to try.
Let's just make Kargan a monster, and he can represent all of them.
No,
He gives
No,
up,
you just
he gives
pour it
up
all
all
into
of
Tabitha. Just be
he
like,
gives up
oh,
all of his
Tabitha,
body and
give
all
up
of
all
his
your
spirit.
weapons.
Oh my
He
god.
just pours himself out to
Yeah,
every god.
Card.
And then we find Kargan's true colors. Shit just got interesting.
I was gonna yell at you.
Haber, I like the luck.
At me?
I think that's
If
perfect
it
for
weren't
you.
if it weren't for the fact that like Venrose was doing something completely dumb, then I now think it's a good idea. That's a really big conflict now.
Hey, seize opportunity when there is one.
Literally the last thing I want you doing right now.
But now you want me to do it.
Alright.
Well, now it's maybe there's like maybe they come to terms and figure out like what exactly is going on. But sure,
I think I know what's going on, but Vendor still has no clue. I think myself, I know.
I don't think they're what we think and what is actually going on are two completely different things, as per usual.
All right, I'm
in
hopping
this
off.
universe.
Yeah, you need to go not decay.
I literally just queued up.
So, do we level up?
No.
God damn.
Get the fuck out of
I'll
here.
tell you when you level up.
Shut the fuck up, Benris.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Any
Shut the fuck up.
questions, comments, concerns from today's episode?
Tons. So I'll worry about it later.
Not today's episode. No. I'm just trying to figure out like what a melee spell attack actually means.
Oh, it's just your proficiency modifier plus your spellcasting stat.
Wow. Okay.
like that's it. Don't overthink about it.
I have a question. Can he great weapon master spiritual weapons?
Maybe I'll have to try.
Oh God.
That's the best answer I've heard all night.
Oh, if the cause is great enough, I suppose.
I
Not
mean,
ready
he
to drop
could,
the hammer melee on your
Th-
face.
This, yeah, I mean, he's essentially got a nice little holy relic there, and how it works is based purely upon what he's using it for, so. It'll be
Fair
interesting.
enough.
It'll be interesting.
Okay.
I like complicated stuff. No.
Yeah, I love math.
One thing,
That-
on your
that's
turn, you
not
can move
math.
weapon.
Alright, well,
Yeah,
I
it's
am going to
effective
end the
there.
stream here because
Okay.
I'm going to hop off here and I want to resume downloading Guild Wars now that it won't be interrupting my slowing
Oh,
down the download speed.
I made a character mid show.
I fucking hate you.
I have Guild Wars downloaded, so
Fucking
like I'm
hate
ready
you.
to go whenever you are.
Well, if,
All right,
if it gets done play, I will stream us playing Guild Wars. So if I download quick enough, because I'm trying not to stay up.
It's a pretty
overly
big
late
download.
tonight. Well, then I better get fucking on
Seems
it.
fair.
All right, stream. Have a good night, and
I
keep
everybody.
on TFapping because I like saying that. And Santana's not here to yell at me.
It's true.